What's in the box? Come on, what's in the box? Just calm down, Brad Pitt. It's an Eaglemoss collection unboxing. Deep Space Station K-7. Deep Space Station. I remember as a child watching reruns because I was too young to watch when the original Trek first came out. I wanted this model so bad. I wanted this model so bad. And I've got it now. The Deep Space Station was a strategically important position on the border in the Klingon Empire. Most of the K-7 was given over to storage and industrial replications facilities, but it also provided shore leave facilities for visiting ships, which, under the terms of the Organian Peace Treaty, could include Klingons. Check out that bay. Try to focus in on that picture. Of course, this is the HD version. For some reason, I just loved the shape of this space station. And of course, it was in that famous episode with the Tribbles. Two things that particularly pleased David Gerrold. The casting sci-fi veteran Whit Bissell as K-7's commander, Mr. Lurie, and the tiny model of the Cyrano Jones ship inside Greg Jane's model of the space station. So that's what Cyrano Jones' ship looked like. Awesome. Kind of reminds me of the BSG, Battlestar Galactica shuttle slightly. I love it. Love it. I love finding out little details. The Trouble with Tribbles, awesome episode. Deep Space Nine episode that revisited that episode was awesome. There we go. I've never owned a Tribble. Again, I know I say this every video that I do one of these unboxings. That's the reason I subscribe to this, is because all the ships that you don't normally get. I've got so many Enterprises. I've got so many Constitution classes and refits. Everybody does those. I want something different. Star Trek has got a plethora. Ooh, is that gorgeous or what? Just like Christmas. So let's get that out there and take a look at it. And this is what it comes with. The stand, of course. The base. And the space station, or the Deep Space Station itself. And I really appreciate that they put the tag on the bottom of the stand. I really appreciate that. It's just a plain Jane stand, but it's got what it goes to. In case I suppose a person were to get confused about it. There we go. The stand is a little loose. This is not unusual. the stand being loose, I take a little drop of hot glue and stick in there, and then I quickly stick the stand in there, and that usually takes care of it. If you push it in there really hard, it's more sturdy, but it's still a little loose. So the hot glue, I like hot glue. It doesn't damage anything. It peels off usually. So let's take a look at this beauty. There's no ships in there. Of course, those are supposed to be windows up there. And that's supposed to be a blinking light. Now they do make a model of this that you put together in lighting kits. KB, KA, or that was KA, KB, and KC. Now, oh, look, there's a, can you see that yellow clearance light? I mean, on some of these models they're called navigation lights. And if, as you notice, there's two red and one green. There's a red and a green. Now, I have not done a lot of research on this model, on this space station. Uh-oh, is there some styrofoam? Pull that styrofoam off. I like it. Now this is the XL version. I subscribed to all of the Star Trek ships. I haven't got them all, but that's not unusual from what I hear. I think this is nice. I like it. It would have been better if some of the windows were painted. I know some of, as I've said in some of my other videos about this subscription, it's hit and miss with the detail. Those, I think it would have been better if some of those windows were lit or painted as if they were lit, because you can see in the picture now. I remember in the TV series, in the original TV series, this was just like a crystal looking dome. Now here's the box art from the model. And I do notice some differences. If you'll take a look here, see the round cylinder part here? That's different from the model, which has a squared off edge there. It's not round and cylindrical, it's squared off. So you tell me which one is more accurate. Even in the box art flyer, it's flat there. It's more like a bulge. Of course, it's pointed away from you compared to this one, which that literally looks like a barrel. It's a barrel shape. So I do notice that. I didn't mean for this to be a model review, but and then look at this, the domes. They're clear. Of course, I think you could probably mask that off and just have some of the clear showing, or paint it and then scratch off windows. That'd probably be the easiest. And that, if you scratch them off, that'll give it a frosted look too. And here we have the Eaglemoss Deep Space Nine, side by side. This is heavy. This is all metal. Now I cannot remember if this was the XL version. I think it is. And then, I mean, they're nowhere near in scale, of course. The windows on these on this ship, and that's the thing about it. I wish they did show the scale, but they don't. So anyway, for comparison size, we'll set that over in the distance. Bring this closer to the camera, and I think we're starting to get closer to scale right there. Maybe. I'm into scale. I love scale. And I like stuff to be in scale, if possible. Not always possible, though, is it? Okay, I've propped up K-7. And, of course, this is a lot closer to what it should be like. I mean, just I try to go off the windows, because in the Star Trek universe, all of the creatures are basically the same size. They're all basically humanoids. They even explain that in one episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. But, so, if you go by the window sizes, some windows could be bigger, but they're usually not going to be over 6 foot. The Next Generation, the windows creaked up over the side. But even at that, you could go by guns, but that's not a good idea. So anyway, this is my review of the Eaglemoss XL version of the space station K-7. I like it. I thought maybe since it's XL version, it would have been more detailed. I'm kind of surprised it's not. And I gotta do some research on this barrel part here, because I'm seeing differences. But can you imagine that just in orbit? It's a pretty nice model. I really like it. Like I said, it could be more detailed, but where else are you going to get it? Hey, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll be putting out more and more videos. Happy Thanksgiving.